Good afternoon from RSPB Arne. This is my first time. My wife came here a month ago and told me I need to come here. So all the BBC Springwatch stuff is finished. Time for me to come down for the day and check it out. So we just arrived. We're going on the Shipstall Trail, and my first nice surprise was Siskins on the feeders. I was like, whoa, Siskins! As I couldn't film fast enough.
Is there stuffing it inside? Most of it's coming out. Or is he...
Loads of chaffinch, blue tits.
Just, do you want to find out whether they've seen them? Like, what is there?
No raptors yet, but the Siskins, I've got loads of photos and loads of video. I am loving that. I mean, I've had a couple of great encounters with Siskins, but never where I've just been sort of 6-7 feet away, happily filming. And I do think they look juvenile. Most of the birds look juvenile because they were quite tame, and obviously they're going to be used to people on the feeders. So not much bird song at the moment, but I won't let that put me off. I'm sure it will get more interesting as we go. But I'm keeping a close eye out for nightjars resting on branches. It's like squinting. Things are starting to pick up. We saw a raven on a tree in the distance. I'm just in the habit of checking everything. It could have easily been a crow, but especially if it's a new place, everything gets checked. And sure enough, the beak looks longer and that little bit of feather goes further out. And as we were walking away, I can hear the cronking sound they make. And walking along the path a bit further from there, a couple were looking into a tree, and he said, "Treecreepers." So quickly flicked to video, because I'm going to work more with video now, unless it's like bang in front of me and I can get a nice clear crisp shot. Because video, if it's not a perfect thing for perfect framing for photography or light, then I'm going to stick with video. It just when it's easier to edit as well. So anyway, I filmed the Treecreepers for a while. It was juvenile, and the parent, there might have been 3, and I did catch the moment there was a food pass, and the juvenile was sort of pecking away itself, trying to find stuff. So obviously a little bit on its own, and parents still helping it out. That's a nice touch. They found it via a song app. I probably was listening to it and didn't recognize it because I see them so rarely. Oh, they look young. Yeah, they're very young.
I think it's an adult.
So there's lots of blackcaps in here. No raptors as of yet. I'm quite surprised when I'm more surprised when I come down to this controversial, when I come down to Dorset, Hampshire, etc., that I don't see anywhere near as many raptors as I do in Kent. In Kent, there's kestrels everywhere, especially when you pass the M25, buzzards everywhere. But who knows? So the thing is with these different places is some like the Siskin, you get to see slightly different birds and slightly different behaviours of the ones you already recognise. So always good to go and explore the new reserves that you haven't been to. First bit of open marshland. Loads of Canada geese. I think I've heard red shanks and oyster catchers. Hoping we might get white-tailed eagle or an osprey flyover. Osprey from Poole Harbour, white-tailed eagle from Isle of Wight. Don't see anything else lurking down there. Any kind of sandpipers or anything? No, I'll have a look through the lens in a minute. Anyway, that's the lovely scenery. Had a good scan of the harbour and a couple of there's several oyster catchers. Some jackdaws, some crows. With all this heat haze, there are some curlew feeding over there. And watching the black-headed gulls are doing that really clever thing of kicking up the silt underneath their feet, and anything that comes out they grab it. And over here I've been trying to catch the herring gulls with, I don't know, oysters or mussels and dropping them from a height. I've got some footage of one eating the one that's dropped, but not dropping it yet. So I'm hoping I might catch some footage of that. Apart from that, we keep our eye out for the white-tailed eagle. So no other waders apart from oyster catchers and curlew. And just as I said I wasn't able to catch it, I just got several chances to get it, and a great little bit of other footage as well. I mean, there was a couple of drops. I was trying to follow it with the camera and wondering how close it was going to get to me. At first there was a small chance I thought it might be an osprey coming towards me, because what was going on at the front looked dark, and I thought, that's not a gull, is it? And I went, no, it's a gull with the oyster or the mussel in its beak. And I was following them taking off, trying to get a one whole take off, drop, and then going down. And then two were doing it at the same time, and I couldn't choose which gull to follow. And eventually, when I went back to one, flew off, and I went back to the other one. It was on the ground. It took off, dropped it, and then a crow came in, and gull didn't even put up a fight. Have it. The crow took it up, one drop, and it was open. So the herring gull had done sort of 3 drops, did all the hard work, and the herring gull isn't messing with the crow. Okay. I thought gulls had a bit more attitude, a bit more fight in them. got a few deer over here, a couple of stags, a very light coloured stag, you can just make it out, and the female. And my wife said they did see a what is it, a fawn? Fawn, yeah.
And there's a stag as well.
A fawn. I think of Pan's Labyrinth when I hear fawn.
And in the back, in the rear field as well, something in the long grass. Do you see?
Keep an eye. Anyway, they said to us, so yeah, I was trying to get some shots of it looking straight at me, but kept shifting. And we were walking up here, somebody said, look out for the pigs, they look like they're asleep. So we thought they were going to be in a field over there, and my wife walked up to the gate up there, and then I walked and I was like, that's them there, looking like logs. And they are alive because I saw that one shift a second ago. It's obviously got the little tag on its ear. Maybe get some pork chops, a little chorizo sausage, spare ribs. They have no idea what we're saying unless I have to fight one who knows and comes at me.
No. They've got lovely hair on them, haven't they?
Living their best life, as we say, in the 2024s. Cool.
They look like logs.
Apart from that, you can hear it's very, very quiet. Usually a giveaway if somewhere's busy is if there are raptors. I haven't seen any. Did we see anything else? No, I've been having a good look. All we've heard are long-tailed tits. Snoring?
Yeah, pig was snoring, obviously. That one. Maybe it was just he let out a grunt.
Any more deer? No. Well, that's a nice little surprise end to the day. We're just almost back at the visitor centre. I mean, I'm not digging it out, but it's obviously we've come out at the end of spring, so everything will have fledged and flown off, and some of the adults gone back to Africa. So it's not the best time to be doing this. We've only done maybe a third of the reserve, but we've got a good idea of what's going on. But there's no raptors at all. I'm not a single, no kestrel. Just the only thing was a raven.
The white-tailed eagle is usually about.
Yeah, looking for white-tailed eagle and osprey, but too much to hope for. We'll have to go to the Isle of Wight especially for that. But it's nice to be out down here. Everything there's a slight difference between Kent trees and green and greenery and grass that there is to Hampshire and Cornwall and Devon. But very, very quiet. Oh well. But I've really enjoyed myself. It's a really nice place. I look forward to coming back in a busier springtime